CBS Young and the Restless spoilers. Tuesday, full the 26th of May, 2026. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Grab a coffee or maybe something stronger because we have a massive amount of ground to cover today. My brain is honestly still spinning from all the chaos happening in Genoa City right now. Let's just dive right in and unpack all of this mess. So let's talk about Victor Newman, the great Victor Newman. We all know that he has been completely broken ever since losing Newman Enterprises. I mean, it has been incredibly hard to watch, hasn't it? He is a man who literally defined himself by that company, that massive glass building, that leather chair, the giant portrait on the wall. It was everything to him. And losing it, it completely shattered him. It turned him into a shell of the man we used to know. And honestly, it has been kind of pathetic to see him wandering around without his usual power and control. He has been spiraling out of control. And you know who loved every single second of that downward spiral? Phyllis Summers. Of course she did. Phyllis has been sitting back, watching Victor crumble, and she honestly believed that she had him right where she wanted him. He thought she was the one pulling the strings now. She was so convinced that Victor was so desperate, so completely out of his mind with grief over his company and all of his family drama, that he would do anything, literally anything, just to get his hands on Matt Clark. And for a minute there, it really looked like Phyllis was going to win, because then we had that whole situation with Nick. Nick Newman actually went and made a secret deal with Phyllis, which, what was he thinking? What was going through his head? Nick is usually smarter than this, or at least he tries to be the moral compass of the family. But he is in such a dark place right now with the drugs and the addiction and everything else. So he makes this desperate deal with Phyllis. But here is the kicker. Here is the massive plot twist that changes absolutely everything for everyone involved. Losing Matt Clark completely voided that deal. It is gone, null and void, torn up into tiny little pieces. So because Matt somehow slipped through their fingers, Phyllis suddenly does not have the leverage she thought she had. She is holding an empty bag, and in the next episode, we are going to see Victor get the absolute upper hand over Phyllis. He is going to get that leverage back, and you guys know Victor. When Victor Newman gets the upper hand, he does not let go, ever. He is going to squeeze Phyllis until she has absolutely nothing left to give. I honestly feel a little bad for her. Okay, maybe I don't feel bad for her because she brought this entirely on herself with the whole kidnapping scheme and the AI evidence mess. But still, watching Victor dismantle someone piece by piece is always brutal. And Phyllis is terrified right now. She is backed into a corner and she knows it. She is going to have to fight for her life. But let's switch gears for a minute and talk about Billy Abbott. Oh, Billy. Billy. So Billy's decided to just start spreading the news. He is walking around making the grand announcement that Sally Spectre is pregnant. He is just telling people, and okay, yes, it was completely unexpected. It was a total shock. It was totally unplanned. But apparently, both of them are determined to make it work. They are going to try to be a real family and do the whole domestic thing. Billy is trying so hard right now to behave himself. He's putting on this whole, I am a changed man, I am a good father, I am responsible now act. He is trying to be very, very good. But let's be real. Let's be completely honest with ourselves for a second. Who actually believes this is going to end well? Nobody, not a single fan on social media, believes this is going to last. It is only a matter of time before Billy lets Sally down. It is only a matter of time before he disappoints her and that poor unborn baby. He always messes up. He always does. It is like it is hardwired into his DNA to self-destruct whenever things get too serious or too stable. And Sally is so fragile right now. She has been through so much emotional trauma. She lost her first baby. She lost little Ava, and she is terrified of Jill Abbott interfering in her life. Sally needs stability. She needs someone who is a solid rock. And Billy Abbott is not a rock. He is a landslide waiting to happen. So I am just sitting here waiting for the inevitable crash and burn. It is going to happen. You know it. I know it. The writers know it. And speaking of crashing and burning, let's talk about the absolute worst part of this entire pregnancy announcement. Adam Newman. Adam is going to be the next person to find out about Sally's pregnancy. But he doesn't find out from Sally. No, that would be way too easy. That would be too respectful and mature. Instead, the person who tells Adam is Billy. Billy's the one who drops the bomb on him. What were they thinking? I mean, seriously, what is the point of this other than pure, unadulterated cruelty? We all know the history here. We all know the deep, dark, incredibly bitter feud between Billy and Adam. They hate each other. They have hated each other for years, ever since the Delia tragedy. And for Billy to be the one to look Adam in the eye and tell him that he is having a baby with Sally, it is sick. It is just sick and twisted, because we all know what this is going to do to Adam. It is going to trigger every single painful memory he has buried. It is going to bring up the agonizing memory of the baby he and Sally lost. Baby Ava. Adam has never really gotten over that loss. He is still carrying that heavy grief around with him every single day. He is already dealing with so much right now, with Nick being in the hospital and the whole Las Vegas nightmare. And now this, hearing that his absolute worst enemy is giving the woman he loves the one thing they lost together, it is going to destroy Adam. It is going to shatter him into a million pieces. I wouldn't be surprised if he completely snaps and goes back to his dark side. I really wouldn't. And while Adam is likely having a massive mental breakdown, we have Patty Williams. Patty is completely losing her mind right now. She is reaching out for help because things have gone terribly, terribly wrong for her. She is furious because she did everything for Matt Clark. She guided him around Genoa City. She helped him navigate everything while he was faking that amnesia. She protected him. And what does he do? He ditches her. He just tosses her aside like yesterday's trash and says he works alone and doesn't trust her. Patty does not handle rejection well at all. We all know her history. She is incredibly sensitive to being abandoned or feeling used. So she is angry. She is completely unhinged. And who does she call for help? Jack Abbott. She calls Jack. Of course she does. She is still completely obsessed with Jack. And Jack has been manipulating her lately anyway to get back at Victor. So she calls Jack to complain and scheme and probably cry. But she doesn't stop there, because Patty is a wild card. She is completely unpredictable. We know that Phyllis had already been making calls about Matt trying to secure her own deals and get what she wanted. But Patty decides to go straight to the top of the food chain. She calls Victor Newman. She actually picks up the phone, calls Victor, and offers to sell him Matt's location. So think about this for a second. Think about the sheer amount of danger Matt Clark is in right now. He has Phyllis Summers hunting him down because she needs him for leverage. He has Victor Newman weighing a massive extortion demand to find him so he can eliminate him for what he did to Nick. And he has a unhinged, furious Patty Williams actively selling him out to the highest bidder. Between Phyllis, Victor, and Patty, Matt is completely doomed. He might actually be dead meat this time. You cannot have three of the most dangerous, manipulative, and desperate people in Genoa City gunning for you and expect to walk away breathing. He is in so much trouble. I almost feel bad for him. Almost. And finally, let's zoom out and look at the younger generation for a minute before we wrap this up. Holden Novak and Claire Grace Newman. So these two are getting closer, a lot closer. They actually end up in bed together again. Yes, another hookup. And it is sweet, I guess. They are both kind of lost souls right now, trying to find their place in these massive, intimidating legacy families. But you really have to wonder, is this going to change how Claire sees him? Claire is so naive in some ways, and she has been through so much intense trauma with her own family, the Newmans. She looks at Holden like he is this safe space, this nice, normal guy who just understands her. But Holden is carrying a massive amount of baggage right now. He is dealing with the whole Malcolm Winters paternity shock, and Devin and Nate completely rejecting him. He is an emotional mess. And the biggest question is, will this physical intimacy push Holden to finally be honest with Claire? Is he going to tell her the truth about his past? Specifically, his complicated past with Audra Charles, because he has been keeping that a secret. And Claire is the kind of person who values honesty above absolutely everything else. If she finds out about his history with Audra from someone else, it is going to break her heart. It will completely shatter whatever fragile trust they are building right now. He needs to come clean. He really does. But let's be real. This is Genoa City. Nobody ever tells the truth until it is way too late and everything blows up in their face. We will just have to wait and see the fallout